Matters. I'm Amit, your host, bringing you a wealth of expertise as a realtor, real estate investor, and coach. In this podcast series, we are embarking on an enlightening journey through the complex world of real estate. Each episode is carefully put together to equip you with the knowledge and insights necessary to make confident decisions in real estate. So, whether you're a first time home buyer, an experienced investor, or just intrigued by the dynamics of real estate, join me and my special guest in each episode as we explore crucial topics, share valuable tips, and embark on a journey towards financial gains through real estate. So, let's start to navigate the exciting world of real estate together.
Hello, and welcome. Welcome to this very special segment. This is the episode 3, and this podcast is Real Estate Matters. And now, the reason I started with this podcast because, in my experience, whenever I was talking to my real estate buyer, seller, or investment clients, I was getting a lot of questions, and the questions were not just for me as a realtor, but the questions were also for a lot of professionals that I work with on a day-to-day basis. And that's why, to give that value, to give that added incentive to my audience, I started to, have this idea that maybe I should have a weekly show that will share this value with the audience. And that's how this podcast was actually born. Today is the 3rd episode, and I have again a very, very special guest accompanying us. And you will see that in this particular session, which will go for about 20 to 30 minutes, I want you to just take a careful listen to what nuggets we share with you, some ideas that we share with you, because the idea of the podcast is just that. So welcome to the podcast, Real Estate Matters. My name is Amit Ambegaonkar. I am a realtor, and I help clients with buying, selling, and investing. And today we have a very, very special guest. I'm sure that today's episode is going to be special because of this special guest that I've invited today. His name is Bhushan Deshpande. He's very well known in our community. He is very well known as a professional in the real estate industry as well. And the reason why I decided to invite Bhushan is because there have been a lot of questions around, not just the real estate transaction and the offer and all that, but they also want to know about what's going on as a state of the home that people are buying or when they're selling. And that's the expertise of Bhushan. You will see that when he starts talking about it, because he's licensed, he not only is just talking from a perspective of he's read somewhere, he's actually on the ground. He's working in the trenches as a licensed professional. So he brings in this amazing value into the world of real estate. So welcome, Bhushan.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for being here. And so what we'll do is we'll start off with sharing some insights, and sharing with the introduction of what you do and what type of clientele do you currently have, and how do you help in this world of real estate.
Sure. So this is my full time. So I'm a licensed general contractor. I specialize in tiling, bathrooms, kitchen, electrical, plumbing, and I'm fully licensed in all those areas, and also insured. I also have WSIB insured as well. So having been doing this for a very long time now, 8+ years now.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
That's awesome, Bhushan. That's awesome. Good. And what specifically, like you said, you are, your license, you have the authority to, do general contracting. So you kind of take care of everything and anything that's needed to be taken care of in a home, which is awesome. So is there some things that you see more of, like when you're talking to your clients, is there something that you see more of that people ask you all the time, or, they have problems with things all the time, that you can share some insights and some value here?
Most of the problems that people encounter is in the first 2 or 3 months of them buying a house. I always have one recommendation for people: when they end up buying a house, don't do any home renovation for at least 60 days. Other than changing light fixtures and ceiling
Yeah.
fans and doing some pot lights, don't do any major renovations for at least 60 days, even 90 days. Let the house talk to you. The house will talk to you. The walls will tell you
Interesting.
where there are hidden problems, what needs to be fixed. The biggest problem people do, Amit, is they go for the big renovations right off the bat, and they
Mm,
deplete all their hard-earned money on something that was not required.
mm.
So when there's actually a problem, then they start negotiating or getting hooked onto the wrong contractors strictly based on price as to who's doing it cheaper rather than who's doing it properly.
Wow.
Yeah. So
So
this is the
interesting.
big. I have been preaching people like I get called in sometimes after 2 months. Hey, I want to do all the pot lights. I want to do electricals. But as soon as I go in, the house is all brand new, freshly painted within a week of them getting a house.
Right, right.
My first advice: don't do it.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't do it.
Excellent, excellent. That's really a different way to look at it because people generally, and you're right, there's intention is that, oh, when I move in, oh, I'm going to right after we move in, I'm going to do this, this, this. Like they already have the list ready before they actually move in when they're
Yep.
going their,
Yep.
final inspection and things like that. But what you're saying is, wait, don't do that action immediately.
Last year, I did 14 jobs for different individuals, total 14 different customers. They wanted to get certain home renovations done before even they moved into the house.
Oh wow.
And I
Okay.
had told them, like, this is completely, like, I'm in the business to make money like any other contractor. But in spite of
Yes.
that, I tell them, don't do it. Wait, wait,
Yeah.
move in, enjoy the house, you know, because there could be other problems. And yeah, I mean, this is my regular recommendations to all the people.
Awesome, awesome.
Yeah.
So, what is it that I mean? Just a follow-up question. Like, what is it that they would notice after the 60 or 90 days that they couldn't see right away when they already had like a home inspector go in and before they bought the house, right? What is it that they are noticing? What are they looking
See,
for?
home inspector, 80% of the home inspections are done on the surface level.
Right.
Home inspectors will not check the plumbing in detail. They will not see if the shutter valves are working correctly. They will not see if the toilets are working correctly from a very small details perspective.
I see.
They won't check. Of course, their job is to check the electricals. They will plug in just to make sure there is a ground to every single receptacles and all that.
Yeah.
But many of the home renovations that the people have done before, they have not done it with they have not done it with permits. They're not done correctly. They're done
Mm,
with shady contractors, and I have so many different examples to share. Jobs done by shady contractors. And when you end up buying a house, you actually end up taking their problems. You
mm,
know.
mm.
So yeah, so there are many other aspects to look for as well beyond the home inspection. Home inspection is a good starting point, I think.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And that's true because whenever I've done, because what I do, Bhushan, is I make sure that I attend all the home inspections with my clients,
Hmm.
right? Like I had recently a closing done, that home inspection went for about 3 hours or so. And I was there. Like I like to
Hmm.
attend all the home inspections myself along with
Yeah.
the client. So I get a sense of, what the problems are for the client, where I can come in and, which person I can refer to, what kind of services they are going to need. So I want to be there for the client, not just during the time of the sale, but also on an ongoing basis, right? And I see that all the time that the home inspectors are also pretty transparent in saying what you just said, that this is not a in-depth evaluation of every pipe and every electrical sort of connection. We're giving you, a broad spectrum of what could be majorly going wrong in the house. They're looking at the bigger picture, which is true. So I understand your point of waiting for that 60 to 90 days.
See,
So
you got to take a look at the perspective on it. How much do you normally pay a home inspector? $300,
yeah,
$350 on an average.
right, yes,
Okay.
yeah,
In that, the home inspector has to drive, spend 2 hours in the home. He has to
yeah,
take pictures. Then you got to go home, upload everything on a computer, write up a report,
yes,
and send it to the client, all for $300 or all for $250. The reason they don't take a look at in depth is because there's no money to be made on it. If you look at it, there's very little money. So they rely on volume. So they
hmm,
are quick, quick, quick. You know, okay,
yeah,
this is good, this needs to be fixed. It's and as you said, it's correct. It's an overall broader perspective that yes,
yeah,
you know what, there's no major red flags,
Absolutely.
right?
Absolutely.
But
Yeah.
but people don't look at, because I can tell you, I look at home inspection reports at least 50 to 70 in a year. That's what I looked at last year. I would say more like a 70. It's sent to me by different realtors, and I can tell you there are at least 200 items on different reports that have been missed by the home inspector.
Hmm.
You
Yeah.
know, and some of them
Absolutely.
are like super obvious things that they have missed.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, given the amount of time that they have and all that, there are some limitations. So that's why I like the idea of waiting. Just start living and have a look at what challenges you're facing. Accordingly, you can decide your. It's almost like a renovation plan
Yes, yes,
that you set up for the next 3 months or 3 years, which really helps.
yes.
So one of the things that I wanted to ask you, I mean, you've shared some live, examples already in terms of talking to your clients. But does something come to your mind that you were working with a client and it was like an aha moment for you or for them, having realized or working with you, that you can share that the audience can get some value out of that too?
Yeah, so I mean, first thing I do is listen to the client, see what their needs are, and see if they are aligned with how the house is. In terms of people have sometimes when I go to people's houses, they'll show me a picture from a magazine, and they're
Right.
like, "Okay, what do you think about this? What do you think about that?" But they will have a very tight budget,
Mm-hmm.
or the house is constructed in such a way that these renovations are possible, but they will hinder future maintenance. You know,
Mm.
like for example, tiling an entire wall of a bathroom from inside. If there's ever a plumbing problem down the line and you have to break a drywall,
Yeah.
it becomes very challenging. You know,
True. True.
uh, yeah. So these are just one of the examples. I'll give you an example. Recently, I went to a house in Scarborough actually, and I did a bathroom renovation for them. And I think what they wanted and what they got was very two different things. And I
Mm.
kept on telling them, I said, listen, trust me on it. Just trust me on it. And when everything was done, it completely blew them away. They said, like, you know what? We didn't even have a perspective of looking at it from this particular angle, you
Yeah.
know, because all the renovations we have done from the past contractors were all regular cookie cutter renovations. You know,
Right.
there was
Right.
no good products used. Everybody seems to be putting tiles on the drywall rather than waterproofing. You know, and
Yes.
I'm big into waterproofing. You know, I said you never put tiles on a drywall. That's a very shady work. So yeah, it ended up becoming really good actually.
Awesome, awesome. And that's really the reason I like what you just said is because I do an exact similar consultation when people come to me to buy or sell, right? Because even for buying, it's the same thing. Like with buying your home, it may be your first home or you're buying your second home or you're downgrading from home to a condo. There are so many questions that I need to get from you to get the clarity that you need in order to make the right decision. So when I'm going through, like I have a separate questionnaire, for a buyer, even a buyer, I have about 3 segments, what stage of life they are in, right? So based on that, I need to suggest to them properly because there's no point in just me. My job really, I don't see myself as a realtor just showing the properties is my job. That's actually a minor component. Me
Yep.
going in and using the log boxes to show the property. It is
Yes.
a job, but it's a minor component. My expertise really shines into to show them, to gain that clarity of the property that they want. Doing the negotiations for them, fitting to see if that is the right property that they were looking for originally and that it still meets their needs. These are the things that I am working with them on a regular basis, that highlights me as a realtor in helping them make it happen in their sort of journey of buying their home.
Yep. I
So
mean, I'm sure in your career you probably told clients that listen, I'm you like this house, but trust me, you don't want to buy this house, right? You probably come across that, right?
yes, oh yes, of course,
Because
of
you've
course.
probably seen problems that the clients have not seen.
Exactly, exactly. And
Yeah.
that's so true because, coming from, our backgrounds, we know that the client is not taking the right decision. And as professionals, it is our job, in fact, if I would not say that, I'm not doing my job, right? So it becomes our job to explain to them that these are the pros, these are the cons of taking that decision. Are you sure you still want to do it? you know.
Yes, yes. See,
So
even with home renovations or buying processes, sometimes you got to bring a client from here and
yes,
again align them right in here. I said, okay, let's stay focused. Uh, these are the things we need to do. These are the things. Trust me, you don't want it. You know, these are some of the red flags. Sometimes you just have to forget about it and move on.
absolutely,
You
absolutely.
know.
And that's the value that we bring in, right? That's the
Yes.
reason why they are hiring us, right?
Yep.
That they need that consultation, they need that expertise. So in your experience, again, working with so many clients, what do you see, the renovation being most useful? I mean, we hear this all the time. Oh, it's always the kitchen and the bathrooms. Yes, just do that and you'll be fine.
Mhm.
What is your opinion on that?
Uh, I mean, there is no right or wrong answer in this one, Amit. It's as a homeowner, when I talk to people, their first thing is yes, but like I'm doing the renovation for myself,
Mm,
and I always tell them do the renovations that will also give you a nice appeal for yourself in the house, but it will also increase the value of the home in the future as well.
mm,
Like for example, there was a client, amazing client. He said, "Hey, you know what I was thinking? I saw this TV show selling Sunset, and this
yeah.
lady had her kitchen is very similar to mine. So he's actually saved that episode to show me, okay? And
Oh,
he has
wow.
all black kitchen, okay?
I
I
see.
said yes. I said yes, but that's in California. It's a very different market altogether. Okay,
Yes.
black kitchen will look really nice if you want to have like a mini bar or something. You have to have a very fancy basement. But black kitchens do not appreciate in value. So think about that perspective as well. Go with the
Absolutely.
white, go with the blue, which is the common. Sometimes going common is actually gives you a better bang for buck when you're trying to sell out. And
Mm,
nowadays, the trend is see where the value is in terms of selling. What can I get the maximum out of this house when I'm trying to sell it? You
mhm.
know. So these regarding bathroom renovation, yes, I think bathroom renovation adds the most value compared to kitchen renovations or anything else because
Mhm.
they are much more messy renovations. Waterproofing is a major component. Many people are very scared of hiring unlicensed contractors to touch the plumbing parts and everything. Um, and it's a lot of traffic from in and out of
Yeah.
the house. It's very dusty as well, taking all the old materials, taking it out.
Mhm.
And especially bathrooms are normally are located on the second floor of the house on an average.
True, true, true.
So I think bathrooms, if they are done correctly and nicely, they definitely add a value to the house. Whether kitchen adds a value to the house, I don't think so, personally.
I see. Awesome. Wow.
Yes.
These are really some good insights, Bhushan. Thank you for sharing. If you're just joining the podcast, if you're just joining the live, this is Amit, real estate agent, and I am with my special guest today, Bhushan Deshpande, who is a licensed general contractor. And we're just sharing some insights, some value with you so that if you're in the process of buying, selling, or even investing in real estate, these are some of the things that you should keep in mind that will help you make the right decision. So Bhushan is throwing some nuggets, here and there. You better be ready to get it on paper or keep it in your mind when you are in this realm of real estate. A better way to do that is also if you're thinking to just give us a call, get in touch with us because you may not remember everything that we're discussing because what we're discussing right now is not even 0.001% of what you should know when you buy, sell, or invest in real estate. But when we talk to you on a one-on-one basis, we are able to help you understand your situation and can guide you in that direction. Before we move ahead, I just want to share your phone number, Bhushan, if you don't mind. Your phone
Sure.
number here that people can connect with you is 416-986-1536. Right, that's the number they can connect with you directly.
Yes.
And for myself, my cell phone number here is 416-627-4007. So as a real estate agent, if you have any questions for me, I'm happy to do a consultation with you and I can walk you through different processes that are involved in real estate. So that's just a quick overview of us. I want to share some more value with you as a listener. Now, if you're listening to this podcast, make sure that you share, comment, follow this podcast Also share this with your friends and family, because there is tremendous value in these sessions that we are doing. So, Bhushan, coming back to your expertise, I have the next question I have for you is, I go for a lot of showings with clients,
Mhm.
right? I show them houses. Sometimes we go to houses that are old. Sometimes they are, just built 2 years ago. Sometimes they are brand new. So there was a very interesting question that one of the client asked me as to, Amit, when I go to this home, what am I looking for?
Mhm.
Right? And this
Mhm.
was such a nice, genuine question that I actually ended up creating a sheet for them,
Mhm.
as to it's a checklist that I have created myself. Which, by the way, if you're listening to this and if you're interested, just connect with me and I'll send you that checklist. But that checklist is more from a realtor perspective, right? From
Mhm.
my point of view, what should they be looking at in a house?
Mhm.
But Bhushan, I'm sure you have a thing that you
Yes.
recommend people, right, when they
Yeah.
go to look for a house. So can you throw some light on that?
Yes. So I always tell people when you're looking at a house for the first time or the second time, look only one thing, nothing else. What is the potential of this house for the future? And
Hmm.
what exactly is your family needs as well? I'll give you a few examples based on my experience. You know, when we get to 40s and 50 years old, our parents back home are aging. And at one point, we always think that, which is, which is a fact that one is going to go first and the other one will be left. And let's say the leftover individual, I want to bring them to Canada. Okay. And they could come with medical problems. So I always tell people when you're looking at a house, look it from that perspective. Do I have an additional room in the house to accommodate this particular individual, whoever that might be? Do they have medical conditions? Do I have a powder room in the future that I can convert to a full bathroom, for example? Currently, I'm in a brand new job and the economy is dicey. If I need to renovate my home basement and convert that to a legal second dwelling, can I do that? Are there any challenges in it? So I can have a potential income from that as well. Okay,
Hmm.
so
Hmm.
these are some of the things. And is there any home renovations that has been recently done in the house? So recently is anything which is done in less than 1 year, and why were they done? So as a realtor, I mean, you should be reaching out to the other real estate agent and say, okay, when was this home renovated? For example, a bathroom was done. Who was the contractor? Can you share the phone number? Because normally bathroom renovation, if a licensed individual contractor is doing a bathroom renovations, it should come with not a one, a 2 year water leak warranty in Ontario. A 2 year, because this is what our liability insurance company will give us.
Hmm.
If you have a contractor only giving you a 1 year water leak warranty, he is most likely does not have liability insurance with him.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So liability insurance for big renovations carries a 2 year warranty by our liability. So if there's a water leak or anything, parts, labor, demolition, everything should be covered for free.
Very nice.
So if the home renovation is let's say done within a year, call the agent, other agent. Hey, who did it? Okay, Mr. Sam did it. Okay, can I get his phone number because it looks like this bathroom is ready renovated. Call Sam and see, hey, what's the warranty on it? Do you have any pictures of the progress of the bathroom that has been done? So you know exactly if it's done correctly or not done correctly. Many of the houses they come with two bathroom upstairs. I've seen suddenly they have converted a closet space into a third bathroom, but no permits were ever taken for that job.
Hmm. Hmm.
Not only the permits were not taken, but I have seen a couple of structural walls getting knocked off to accommodate an extra space for the bathroom, which is a no no,
Absolutely.
which is a you know. Um, so these are the some of the basic things. Take a look at the electrical. Is it a if it's an older home? Is it a aluminium electricals?
Yeah.
Is it a uh, electrical codes are changing in Ontario quite a bit,
Hmm.
and I'm licensed. So I'm saying this 100%. A lot of codes are coming next year where if you have electrical wires on the second floor, for example, or the whole house is electrical with aluminium wires, unless you convert the whole house to copper, they will not issue you a second dwelling permit.
Hmm.
Because normally, when the electrical wires come in the house, which is aluminium, the maximum is 125 volt. by, let's say, Electra or any other electric company. They don't have underground wires capable of going up to 200 volts.
Nice. Makes
So these
sense.
are small, small things, but they actually make a big difference. Uh, don't concentrate too much on. I've seen a lot of people, they concentrate on small things. Oh, the window blind is broken. Oh, or there is a small dent in the drywall. Oh, or look, there is a yellow spot on the ceiling. Don't. Don't look at the small things. There is no perfect house, you know.
Yes.
Look at the bigger picture, and then it will make your life easy, and it will give you a low blood pressure as well.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yes.
And these are some of the crucial things that people should look for, and if they're aware of this, they may still decide to buy the property, but as long as they're aware that this is what they're in for, all
Yeah.
right, their decision is more informed. They're getting into the house with knowing that, you know what, not immediately, there's not an imminent threat right now, but maybe in a 3 months or 3 years or 5 years, that's something that may be coming up, right?
Yep.
which is
Yep.
which is which is perfect thing for them to do.
See,
uh,
just last week, Amit, I was talking to an individual. They're brand new in Canada, young couple, have no kids. Okay. And I
yeah.
was talking to the lady, and I said, "So you're still looking for a job?" She said, "No. In the future, I have plans of opening up my daycare. I have special skills from India for dealing with people with certain disabilities. She's
Mm.
certified of that, and she's going to take her certification here." I said, "Well, then the house that we're standing on right now, that's not the house for you."
Yeah.
I said, "Did you discuss that with your realtor?"
Yeah.
She said, "No." I said, "She should know all these things,
Yeah.
small details. What do you want to do down the line? Do you want to have a home-based business?" I know a couple of people, they have hired me to set up small basements renovations so that they can have a business of selling saris or kurtas or jewelry, uh, anything. I have done renovation for somebody whose son is playing drums and he wanted a completely soundproof. So these are
Mm.
the things that realtors should know. Tell
Yeah.
them what are your hobbies, what are your future plans, make them a part of the family, and then he will help you find the right house. And I
Accordingly,
think that
absolutely.
particular aspect is missing between a
Yeah.
client and a realtor relationship.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what it is, right? That initial consultation that I talked about, that has all those aspects that I cover, because I want to understand them before I, start. Now, bear in mind, sometimes people have no clue what to look for, right? So in those cases, it's a good idea for, I've shown houses to my clients who did not have an idea what they wanted, right? But after seeing some of the properties, whether they want townhome or semi or condo, then they start to gather that information. You know what, Amit? I don't see myself looking, moving into a semi. I don't think I'm ready for it. For me, condo seems to be a better fit, and good. Then we go into the details of the conversation. But otherwise, on a general basis, it's definitely an assessment, a consultation that I do that will break it down for them. A lot of actually Bhushan people have told me that after they go through my questionnaire, they have better clarity of themselves.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
uh,
Yep.
because husband wife, they might be talking about it, but they may not have that clarity in mind as to what should they decide on, right?
Hmm.
So going through that questionnaire also highlights, oh, do we really need that fourth bedroom? Is that really what we should pay for? Is that the kind of property tax we want to ultimately land up with? Like, why are we buying such a big house? Do we really need it? Those conversations start to happen once they go through a consultation with me. So I definitely am a big promoter of that. So that's amazing. Bhushan, that was really good nuggets, good value that you shared today. Now, if people want to connect with you again, you mind sharing your contact information again, please?
Yeah, it's 416-986-1536. They're more than welcome to call me anytime. I get a lot of phone calls. I always tell this to clients. I get a lot of phone calls, people calling and saying, "Hey," even the realtors calling, "Hey, I'm showing a house for a client. Can I do a quick video call just to see if this is done right?"
Yeah.
There's no, I don't charge any money for that. Just pick up the phone, call me. Don't send me a text saying, "Hey, can I call you?" If you're at the client side, just pick up the phone and call me, and I will tell you if there's a plumbing issue or electrical issue, if something is not done correctly. So at least if you like the house, you know what the expenses will be to get it.
Awesome, awesome, very good. That's great information. Thank you for sharing your number, Bhushan. And if you want to get in touch with me, my direct line, again, you call me directly on my cell phone to talk to me, 416-627-4007. I'm also quite active on WhatsApp. So if you want to connect with me through WhatsApp, I'm definitely open to that. And if you want to look at some properties, what's available in the market right now, in fact, what was sold recently also in certain neighborhoods, that information is available on my website, amitrealestateteam.com. Amit, A-M-I-T, realestateteam.com. That's my website. So thank you so much, Bhushan, for joining and sharing some valuable nuggets. I'm sure people got great insights from this, right from your tip of waiting 60 to 90 days to the 2-year warranty that people should get, how to identify the right contractor for their jobs. That was those were some of the nuggets that you shared. But it was extremely valuable. So thank you for making the time to
No
come and
problem.
join us.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. All right. So thank you so much for joining the podcast today. I'm really, really excited to share with you these podcasts on an ongoing basis. I will be inviting more and more amazing guests. Make sure that you share this podcast, subscribe to this, and if you have any suggestions as to who you want on this podcast, let me know. But connect with me for any questions you have about real estate, amitrealestateteam.com. My cell phone is 416-627-4007. And talk to you soon. This is your podcast. Real estate matters, because I know how important real estate is in your life, maybe for living, maybe for buying, selling, or investing. Thank you, and we'll talk soon. Create a great day.